Hello. We're here to talk about Greece. We're just waiting for our friend Krista to join in. So we're so excited about this trip. So we'll have some good info for you today. The Instagram thing is so interesting. Hopefully some people have thought about the Greece trip. I mean, it's going to be just it's going to be a trip of a lifetime. It's the details we've worked out and the experiences that we've scheduled are going to be so cool and so amazing. And Krista, who's going to join in momentarily, she actually just went to Greece and she actually did those experiences, and she said they were so awesome. So I'm just waiting for her. Hi, Lynn. Let's see. We'll give her a second. So we're going to Greece. Hi, Tom. We're going to Greece next September, September 15th to 22nd. And it's going to be 40. I'll get the specifics out of the way before Krista comes in. It's going to be 4 days in Athens. So you would arrive in Athens. Hi, Diana. And you would arrive in Athens, and then we're 4 nights in Athens, and then we take a shuttle or a transport or whatever over to Sunia, which is on the sea. So we'll be 3 nights there in Sunio. So and then we're doing like a sunset tour there, and Temple of Poseidon is there. And then in Athens, there's a weaving experience, there's a pottery experience, there's tour of the Acropolis and the museum, there's tour of Delphi, which is another magical, mystical, place that we're going to go to. And let's see what else. In Sunio, there's a knitting experience, there's a mosaic tile experience, Byzantine tile. So all of that's going to be super amazing. And Krista found all these little stores and little places that I've showed video of. So when she was there just now, she had taken some video of these different, little places that she found. So, that's on the table too. And then our hotel in Athens, which is called the Ilia Ermou Hotel, has a rooftop bar, and you can see the Acropolis, in the distance, all lit up and everything. It's so cool. And she also said that when you just walk outside, everything's there. Shops, restaurants, it's all right there. It's on the main whatever in Athens. And so super easy to just explore a little bit in free time and that sort of thing. So, hi, Riley. So, it's going to be amazing. And, the spots are limited, obviously. And all of the information is on my website, which is peachtreefiberadventures.com. And you can get any information from Alice Travel. So, which also is on my website, the phone number and stuff, if you wanted to check that out. My daughter just popped on, said, hi, Mama. Hi, baby. My daughter's been in France since the beginning of the semester, so we're waiting for her to come home. We're anxiously awaiting her coming home. Let's see. I wonder if Krista is having an issue getting on. So Krista, if you're watching, I sent you an invite to join, or you can request to join. So we'll see about that. So while we wait for Krista, let's talk about a few other things that are happening next year. So in February, we're having a retreat in Vermont, February 1st through 4th. It is at the Lake Maury Resort in Fairleigh, Vermont. It's going to be amazing. And it's less about, sitting and learning the whole time. It's more about the community and kind of working as a group and mingling as a group and the community of being in the whole group. So it's going to be a little bit different just in that way. And it's with Emily Teradash, who is a life coach, actually. She's a knitter, of course, and she's a costume designer. And now, having pivoted with COVID, she is a life coach. So Krista, you joined, but why can I not see you? Oh, okay. Here we go. So Krista will come on in a second. And then we have North Carolina in April, April 11th through 14th, 11 through 14. And there's 10 spots left on that. So that's practically almost full. And here we go. And Utah at the end of May, May 30th is Utah. And with Kyle Kunicki. And April in North Carolina is with Kimberly McAlinden. Kyle in May in Utah. That's going to be amazing in Park City, Utah. And then Greece in September and Vermont in November again. Vermont in November, that's always happens in the first week of November, first weekend of November. And that is going to be with Julie. Her Instagram is Julianne Knitter, Julie Lebouthier, and she's from Canada. So let's see here. Krista, I'm like hitting view and accept on your request to join. So I don't know if there's something else to do. You know what's weird with Instagram Live, everyone, in case you've never done it, is you can't practice. There's no practice of getting on Instagram Live. You just have to do it. Because once you hit that live button, you are live. There's no, let's see that this works out well. So that's always a weird thing. Hopefully you're here enjoying your coffee this morning and spending a little bit of time with me and Krista when she joins in. So it's not working for Krista. I wonder if, Krista, you need to go on your phone if you're not on your phone. I keep hitting accept it, and I'm not sure why it's not doing it. I wonder if you have something in your settings or something. I don't know. I don't know if you've been following along with the posts and everything from about Greece, but if you want to go check those out, they're in like my prior posts and everything, where so Krista was in Greece, and then she sent me all these little videos and everything, and so we made little videos, and there's some of her in like the little stores she went to, and from the rooftop of the hotel and all that. So it's pretty cool, pretty amazing, and says a nice little, it does a lot of little. Tom, I'm going to invite you and see if it's any different. So see if you can get on from your phone or whatever and see where we are. Okay.
Okay,
cool.
I'm back. Tom has turned off his camera. We have had a crazy Sunday morning, but here we
Okay.
are to talk about Greece.
Okay, so everyone else can see both of us except us. So everyone, welcome my good friend Krista, who I've known for, oh my goodness, 27, 8 years, something like that. So Krista, tell everyone, like, what made you fall in love with Greece to begin with?
It's kind of a long, convoluted story, but the short story is when I was 16, a friend of mine's dad was studying in Greece. And so my girlfriend from high school went to go live in Athens for a year with her dad, who was studying music. And a friend of mine and I, over Easter break, went to go visit them. And so I fell in love with it then, but I didn't really realize to the extent that it would like permeate my life for the rest of my life to come. But I guess at 16 years old, when you get to go on your first international trip without your parents and you're just there with some friends, it's bound to make a big impression. And then I just kept on going back for years. I think I was just there a few weeks ago, and I think I lost track of how many times I've been there. It's got to be close to 25.
It has to.
Yeah.
I mean, you know. So Krista goes to Greece frequently, and not just like vacationing. Krista, do you want to talk about some of the other work you've done there briefly, just that you've seen other places and things like that?
Yeah. So besides just going on vacation, a few years ago, I became involved with the refugee crisis. So for several years, from 2017 until really just after COVID, I was involved with the refugee crisis. So I did a lot of aid work with folks coming mainly from Syria, Afghanistan, and Iraq, not just in Athens, but on the islands. So it was a really interesting experience. I loved it. Met amazing people. The people that were fleeing were incredible. Their stories are just not like anything you and I can thankfully relate to. And then the other volunteers, of course, were equally as amazing. So all in all, a good experience. And then it just added this whole different layer to my experiences in Greece. So they're certainly not all vacation wise. I think I'm pretty well versed in the culture myself, which makes me really happy.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I had talked about, that it was getting to be time for me to do an international trip and, for Peachtree to do an international trip. So I thought, who better than to talk to Krista? I've never been to Greece. I've always wanted to go to Greece. I want to go to other places too. I've been to other places in Europe, but I kind of thought, not a whole, like I guess Greece is your like.
This is like a playoff game. If Florida State loses, they're out.
Oops, I lost you for a minute. Sorry. I don't have any volume.
You saw and did while you were there just now.
I'm sorry. I missed your commentary for a second. Just ask that last question. Sorry.
I think my car did something, like my Bluetooth did something weird. Yeah. So what did you do just now when you were in Greece that were kind of part of our
Got it.
retreat?
Okay, so I just came back a couple of weeks ago, and my main goal of going over there was to kind of go to most of the places that we're gonna see on our trip and do some of the experiences that we're gonna do on this awesome retreat that Christine has put together along with the fine folks at Alice Travel. So I went to the hotel that we're staying at in Athens, which is lovely and a perfect the location can't be any better. It's in a great area right in the center. Literally, you walk out the door, there's cafes everywhere. It's got a beautiful rooftop bar that I did a little piece from, which overlooks the Acropolis, and so that's amazing. And then I also did some of the workshops that we're going to do. I did the weaving workshop, and then I visited the folks at the pottery workshop. So I can attest that they are not simply like a craft studio. These are two world-class experience workshops that they're once in a lifetime kind of things. I mean, the weaving experience was so cool that once I met with the woman just to check out her spot and meet with her and understand what what all she had at her location. Then I signed up for one of her workshops with another friend of mine who was a tour guide, and we were both so, I mean, more than impressed. It was amazing. The owner is fantastic, and people are just going to fall in love with her.
That's so cool. I mean, Krista was like texting me every day from Greece, like, oh my God, this is amazing. Oh my God, this is so awesome.
Yeah.
And all of that. And then you went to Attic Black.
I went to Attic Black, yeah. So let me back up for just a second.
Okay, yes.
So the weaving experience is amazing. The woman that owns that owns this place, she learned everything from her mom. So she brought these techniques back from northern Greece, which is where her family is from, and she's got 5 different kinds of looms. She really goes she gets all of her wool right from the sheeps from the village that her family is from, and
Oh, that's nice.
everything. She weaves everything. I bought the most amazing bag. For one thing, she sells everything she makes, and I could have bought everything that she had. It was incredible. And then her teaching skills to teach the class were really great. We put together our own loom, which we will not be doing in our class because ours will be too big. So she'll have the looms pre-done for us, and then we'll be able to make these beautiful little coasters. I have mine right here, actually. All different designs, all different colors. It was just a great, not only was it fun, it was just a great experience. And I learned so much about weaving. And Christine, I know you really love weaving. You're going to be
I do like weaving.
beyond in your element there. I mean, I wanted to move in.
I live here now, yes. And
Yeah.
I will attest to the fact that the bag is super cute. The bag is adorable that she got there.
Yeah.
Super cute. And it's like a purse. Like when we're saying bag, it's like a
And
good size.
she had this beautiful skirt that she had woven all the fabric too, and I wanted one of everything. It's just great. Pillows, blankets, like it's amazing. And we're just going to do a tiny bit of the things that you could be done on these looms. So anyways, you'll learn all about the history, and you'll get to make something yourself, and it will be just a wonderful, I can attest, a wonderful experience.
Yeah. So I guess maybe some people should bring like maybe an extra duffel bag or an extra suitcase.
Buy an extra duffel bag from her to put your treasures in.
There you go. There you go. Cool. Well, that sounds amazing. I mean, definitely all of your pictures were so amazing from there.
Yeah.
And it looked so cool. And yes, I am interested in weaving because I need another hobby. Like I need a hole in my head, but you know, whatever. I love that stuff. So I'm really excited for that as well.
Yeah, it was great. And then the other spot that I went to that I was really curious about is a place called Attic Black, and they do pottery, and not just regular pottery. They do a technique that's from the ancient times that we'll find at several of the, we'll go to the Acropolis Museum and a couple others, and you'll see this technique in the museums. But it's a beautiful space in a little neighborhood that I'm sure that we'll take the bus to. I walked there, but it was quite a jog. But it's a great little place just tucked into this little neighborhood, and it's a gem of a spot. They recreate these beautiful potteries. I believe that the woman that figured out the technique is the only one in the world that does it.
Wow.
There was a beautiful ceramic. I want to. If I call it a coffee mug, it doesn't do it justice. But there was this little mug in the display window when I was leaving that had an owl on it. That was just, I loved it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. And then she said, oh yeah, we make those for the Louvre gift shop. So they make real productions. So this piece that I fell in love with was actually the real pieces at the Louvre. So again, this is a world-class workshop that we're going to have with the technique that nobody else has been able to figure out how to recreate. And there we're going to make, I didn't take the workshop there. I just met with the artisans that work there. We're going to make these cool little tablets, and there's all different ones that you could make. And then I don't know what you'll want to do with it in the end, if you want to make like a necklace out of it or some sort of tile or a trivet. I'm not really sure, but the place was amazing. And not only do they do these like beautiful pieces of pottery that are all based in Greek design, Greek history. They had like beautiful beads, and again, I could have moved in there, all sorts of yumminess to purchase, but we're going to make this cool stuff and learn this great technique that just you can't just do it anywhere. This is a once in a lifetime kind of experience.
I did not realize, I mean, I know you told me about the Louvre and everything, but I think I did not realize that she was really the only person in the entire world who can do this technique. That's pretty sweet.
It's pretty cool. And as a matter of fact, there was a a woman working on this amazing an amazing vase. And I wanted to take a picture. I wanted to take a photo because of the way she was kind of spinning it and painting on there at the same time. But she actually asked that I not take a photo because it was for a reproduction for a client and it wasn't finished yet. And so she didn't want a photo because it wasn't finished yet. It was for a private collection, so she just didn't feel like that was appropriate. Yeah, which I thought was really cool. So they have several artisans in there that were working on the different pieces, and then we'll be upstairs. They've got a workshop area, and then they had these little figurines that I saw in there too. There are a whole bunch of them, and I said, "Oh, what are those for?" And again, they made these little pieces that I had seen for the Acropolis Museum. So they are a legit high quality artisan workshop that people are just really going to love. It was really
oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. I can't. Yeah. And the Louvre. I mean, come on.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. These are not your normal places to just pop in and make a piece of pottery or sew something. These are we're going to learn from just real people who are the top in their field. So pretty cool.
That is so cool. We would be remiss to not discuss the food tour.
This is true. I did not take the exact food tour, but I have eaten plenty of meals and plenty of street food in Greece to know that that's going to be fantastic. So my guess is it will be a food tour that leaves right from our hotel, and that we'll walk. Our hotel again is right in the center, and that we will walk kind of the neighborhood to try all the different local foods that can be found there. I mean, there's everything, there's not just gyros and souvlaki that everybody thinks about. There's all different kinds of specialty liqueurs and nuts and spices. As a matter of fact, there's like a spice marketplace that's pretty cool.
Oh,
Central Market is very close to where our hotel is. And so if that's not included on the food tour, I can absolutely take people over there. I know right where it is, and it's a pretty lively place to go, to say the least.
There was that other store you went to too. What was it all like? Cords? Like courting?
Okay, so there's another, like Christine knows all my little secrets now. So
I know.
If there's extra time, I mean, our tour is pretty packed, but when there's an extra free minute, I do know some good, pretty sweet spots. There's also a street that is known for all of its yarn and cording and threads and sewing and all those kinds of things. It's one street. It's actually one street over from the Airbnb that I always stay at. So it's like right in, I call it my neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's got all sorts of cool places that we can walk down. Really unique yarn shops. There was this woman that I met. She owned a cording shop. I mean, the really neat thing about Greece is Amazon has not taken over the shops. So they have a very big shop culture there. So all the shops on this street and pretty much everywhere in Greece are all locally owned and operated, which is pretty cool. But this woman, it was her family's business, and they made cording. And I thought, oh my God, how can this even stay in business? But then macrame, super hot these days, right? So all kinds of things made out of different macrame things. There was a beautiful dress in the window that was all macrame with this beautiful like silk cording that her family makes all these different kinds of cording. I had no idea that there even could be such a big giant business. There was also a place that I went to that does tassels. That was really cool. So again, if we could sneak a little visit to the tassel place, be interested, I would love to go again. I could have moved in there. They dyed all their own, well, it's cording that they used for these tassels too. That was pretty amazing. So there's all sorts of great things to do. We'll only be able to do a smattering on the tour, but what the tour includes is the best of the best.
Right. So if you go with us, which we want you to, you could tack on a day or two in the beginning or at the end and spend some time doing some of these other things. I mentioned the trip to Delphi in the beginning before you joined in. So let's hit that a little bit.
So Delphi is just a couple of hours away. We'll take a bus there and we'll get a professional tour of the area. That's from ancient times. It's a archaeological ruin, but it's steeped in history. It's where the oracle of Delphi, that's where that person was. So I have not actually been there in several years. It's gorgeous. I can't wait to go. It's up in the mountains. It's green. It's mystical. You can definitely feel that something mystical and magical happened there at one time. It's very easy to understand why when people went there to meet with the oracle, why they believed what they were being told, because it's pretty amazing. There's just something ethereal in the air. It's pretty cool. People are gonna love it. It's awesome there.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for that too. I mean, I can't wait for the whole thing. I think it's going to be just, oh. And then we're going to go to Sunio.
Sunio, which is amazing. So then we'll hop down. Sunio is just a little ways from Athens. It's a short, hour and a half bus ride to Sunio. We'll stay at a hotel that's right on the beach there. And the way right on the beach, it'll be great. And right out our windows will be the ruins at Sunio, which is very, very famous, especially at night, because the sun sets right over the ruins. So it's super cool. I believe our tour includes a tour of Sunio as well. So
yes, a sunset tour or whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty beautiful, and we'll be able to see it right from where we are. So that will be a really nice, relaxing stay. Where after we'll have a few busy days in Athens, will be super exciting, and the city of Athens is colorful and bustling and smells good, and it's busy, and our trip will be busy, and then we'll be able to relax at the beach and have some workshops there, and just take in the beauty of the sea, sun, and sand of Greece.
Okay, so why did we pick September?
We picked September because I believe, and most people who have been many times, believe the best time to go is September. There's less people and the weather is fantastic. So I think September is going to be, I know, I mean, I've been into Greece in September many times. It's the best.
So what do you think the temperature-ish, it's like, I mean, it's not hot as the summer.
No, it shouldn't be sweltering hot. I would say it would be about in the 80s and sunny every day, and maybe a little warmer than the 80s. I mean, I just came back from Greece 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was unusually warm when I was there. It was almost 80 degrees, and that's in November, but that was unusual. So
yeah,
I would say in the, high 80s, definitely.
So it'll still be beautiful, but not like the
absolutely.
hot as 80s summer.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic. It'll be fantastic.
That'll be so, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I cannot wait.
I can't wait either. I can't wait to show you. I've been talking about it for years. So
I know.
It's fun for me to be able to show people the place that I love, because I really do love it there, and I've been a lot, so I feel like I know a few things. So that's kind of nice. I feel like like the insider secrets. I don't know all of them, but I know most of them.
Yeah, and I mean, even though everything is, perfect, we've worked with, as we said, Alice Travel, which is a travel agency. Right. They've done all the bookings. They've done all the things. Right. So everything's like professionally set up and scheduled. But I mean, we have a person who's, like she said, insider. The inside stuff, the good stuff.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. So any questions that the Alice Travel people can't answer, which they'll be able to answer all of them, I should be able to help you out and tag you if you need to know where something fun is, because you got an extra hour in Athens where you don't want to take a nap, but you want to go see the town. I can send you off to a great restaurant or great place to get a blocky, or a place to get a pair of leather sandals made or something like that.
Ooh.
I know.
That's
There's
cool.
lots of things to do. Or I can send you to the place that can make your name in Greek, because is Greece calling your name? It always calls mine. So as a reminder, I have this little necklace, and you can too.
I have it too.
Yeah.
Krista brought me this from Greece. So we practically have the same name, Krista and Christine, but still. So yeah, so there's mine.
Perfect.
Yes. I love it. It's so cute.
Yeah.
And the Krista took a little video of the guy making it, and he bends, it's like a piece of wire that's straight, and then he bends it into the name.
Yeah.
I mean, how cool is that?
Pretty cool. It's a great inexpensive souvenir, and it's fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's so neat.
I can get my favorite nut guy too. I got a guy that sells nuts that I always go to.
I got a guy. Yeah.
A nut guy.
That's so funny. It's so funny too, because with the name thing, because both of our names start with CH, which, is people's, that's one of those things that can get screwed up pretty easy. But of course, the name in Greek starts with a K, because of course it does.
And the woman that owns knitting or the weaving place, her name is the same as ours too. So
Oh my God.
yeah, meant
That's
to.
so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Everyone, we hope that you guys will join, that folks will join us. It really will be a fun time, trip of a lifetime. I've been many times, and I'm super excited about this trip because it's got me doing things that I haven't done before myself, you know, so I'm excited
Yeah.
to go and show everybody. Yeah. Be great.
Yes, absolutely. And also, I just wanted to say, and I mentioned this in the beginning, but all of the details, the itinerary, all of that is on the website, which is www.peachtreefiberadventures.com. And the number to Alice Travel is there, and they answer all the questions. So any questions they have that you might have, the flights are not included in, you take your own flight from wherever you live. And but they can help with that too if you need some flight assistance. There's you don't pay for it all at once. There's payments, so it's kind of like a little bit more manageable and spaced out and the whole thing. I'm trying to think if there's anything else with regards to that.
Most things are included except for a couple of meals, I think.
Yeah, so mostly everything's included. Breakfast is definitely always included. I think there's some dinners, some lunches, but then you have the opportunity to, like Krista said, go and, for lunch, maybe we have however much time we have for lunch, and you can go grab the souvlaki wherever you want and then do a little exploring. Krista, just say what that cheese thing was that you ate that you were telling me.
What cheese thing was it?
The cheese thing.
Like a teropida? A cheese pie? Is that what it was?
I don't know.
No, you're talking about this is the best. Now, I'm put on the spot. I can't say the name of it. It's like a saganaki. So it's a block. This is the best. Okay, so it's a block of feta cheese. They wrap it in phyllo dough. They saute it. Okay, serve it on a plate. They pour honey over it and usually black sesame seeds. Okay,
Oh
so
my goodness.
it's an appetizer, but if you're traveling solo, you just order a side of bread and you can eat that as your lunch or your dinner. And I may or may not have done that a few times with a glass of wine, and it's sheer perfection. And so then when you take your fork and you cut into the cheese, it makes the most amazing crunch, like the world's most perfect grilled cheese makes. So good.
Ooh.
Delicious.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just the food alone. The food alone, I'm pretty psyched for.
I know, and I got a really good place I discovered on this last time for ice cream.
Ooh.
And I marked them all on my phone. I know where everything is. I can send everyone on their way or happily join you for ice cream or really good saganaki somewhere, or again, great souvlaki or whatever. I mean, there's so much great street food, and so I've never met a meal in Greece I didn't like. They're all good, so it'll be great.
Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. So I think we've covered everything.
I think so, except that sign up today.
Yeah, sign up. You don't need to be a knitter to enjoy this trip.
I'm not a knitter. I'm going and I'm going to enjoy.
Yeah, there's only one knitting. There's not only one, but so this is really more crafty in general. So there's the weaving, there's the pottery, there's the mosaic tile, and there's knitting. And then there's regular, the Greek sites and that sort of thing. So you need not be a knitter to enjoy this trip. You just need to want to explore Greece and experience some of the traditional artisan kind of things that they do there. And that's amazing. If you don't knit and you should want to learn to knit while you are there, I would be happy to do that. I am a certified knitting instructor. So, or you can just, sit in the sun during that part, whatever you would like to do. So go check things out on our website, get signed up, call Alice Travel, get yourself some information and, see what the story is. And we, Krista and I, definitely hope to see you in Greece.
We hope to see you in Greece.
All right.
Have a
Thanks,
great
everybody.